And Russian state television on Monday showed Russian reservists being mobilized in a number of regions of the country for the invasion in Ukraine.
The Kremlin last week announced a partial mobilization to add at least 300,000 troops to its force in Ukraine in the run-up to the votes in the occupied regions. Most Russian men aged 18 to 65 are automatically counted as reservists. The move, a sharp shift from Vladimir Putin's previous efforts to portray the war as a limited military operation that wouldn't interfere with most Russians' lives, proved extremely unpopular at home. Thousands of men of fighting age have flocked to airports and Russia's land border crossings in an effort to avoid being called up. The Russian mobilization protests across the country with fresh demonstrations. In Dagestan, one of Russia's poor regions in the North Caucasus, over 100 people were reported to be blocking a highway. Russian media reported that local police tried to break up the demonstration by firing warning shots in the air. It wasn't immediately clear whether someone was detained or injured or whether the efforts to disperse the crowds succeeded. Meanwhile, Kremlin orchestrated votes in 4 occupied regions of Ukraine that could pave the way for their imminent annexation by Russia continued on Monday. Poll workers visited the apartments of Donetsk residents and provided the ballots to them, asking whether they wish the so-called Donetsk People's Republic to be part of Russia. According to the Russia-backed Donetsk officials, for 2 days of voting, the turnout was 55%. Ukraine and its Western allies say the referendums underway in Kherson and Zaporizhzhia in the south and the eastern Luhansk and Donetsk regions have no legal force.